Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
And then when I walked over there, he says to me,
hey, how we doing?
"Do you know who I am?"
Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody, to the Two Dads podcast. This is for Friday night, and it's game night.
Friday night.
Game night. Welcome.
It's Friday night.
Episode 20. I know this because I have it written down that it's episode 20.
We're actually writing things down now to make sure that
mate, that's what happens.
we're not
It's very
wrecking
much
ourselves.
It's very much a dad thing to do, mate.
I'll put a note on the fridge.
That's it. Welcome, Sadiq.
Don't forget,
My man, how you doing?
welcome everyone.
How
just-
are we?
Soaking it all in. Just soaking it all in.
Big couple of days.
Oh,
It's
I'm gonna have to
butterfly effect, man. It's a butterfly
say
effect.
a retraction for the first time ever.
Wow. You and I played it down as just some posturing. Talk about
Saber
Putin,
rattling.
talk about Putin in all your chips.
Yeah.
But he's done.
I was gonna say Putin in all the risk.
Oh, man. Wow. It's a big statement.
Anyway,
yeah.
let's just
This is welcome everybody. Let's welcome everybody to today's podcast. Sadiq and I on the same wavelength. We haven't spoken at all this week.
not just a couple of idiots trying to make it in an hour.
Instantly on the same wavelength, he and I. But welcome back if you're on YouTube. Welcome back, viewers. Really appreciate you coming back and joining us. And can I just take this opportunity to thank you for all of those viewers who have returned week after week to watch and listen to our podcast. We really do appreciate it. I mean, we're blown away by how many views we get, and it's not something that we really track because we just enjoy doing this.
We just do it for our own enjoyment.
Honestly, I mean, that's talk about, it really is, as far as narcissism goes, it's just to hear our own voices.
It's something we've been speaking about for many years, but just never realize, hey, we can do this.
Yeah, let's do it now. But no, we appreciate having all the viewers and the listeners. So thank you to all of you. Without you guys, we're just a couple of guys just talking for more than an hour. So thanks.
We've just been talking on the phone. So please, if there is an oxygen mask that falls from your ceiling while listening to our podcast, please make sure you put it on.
Jump on it. Jump on it.
We are the two dads, not because there's one and two of us.
No,
because we are too much like dads.
Too much. TOO. Too much like dads, you and I. Absolutely.
And two of the best things that all dads like is universal. Is
100%.
Puns.
Good puns.
And jokes.
Good dad jokes.
And
they're the best, man.
And we're not the type to wear sandals and socks.
Well, depends. Depends on the occasion.
And I'm pretty sure Uncle Phil doesn't own a pair of budgie smugglers.
No, I
We've known each other since
it was bad enough in high school.
Year 7 in high school. We've never seen
bad
each
enough
other.
in swimming carnivals, man.
In Speedos.
Bad enough then.
So,
What have you
for
got
dads, love puns, love jokes.
You got some good puns. You come up with some rippers. Let me guess. Taking us to Queensland?
No.
Oh, no.
We're not going to Queensland.
McGowan territory?
Also, maybe because they're also underwater at the moment. But
haven't they
we're not going to Queensland.
They've
Now,
copped it drenching.
I'm going to go out there and I'm going to claim the greatest album ever made.
Oh.
Collision Course, it's called.
Collision Course.
Yeah.
The artist?
If you haven't heard of this one, this is especially for you, man. Workout music, you use that down for CrossFit, you just love it. That's
That's the name of the album.
Fusion album, the best album ever made.
Wow.
Jay-Z.
Oh.
Linkin Park.
Whoa.
What a mix.
Wow, really?
Yep, it's an EP called Collision Course. You better write that down.
I gotta write that down. Write that down.
So,
Collision course. I had never heard of it, but I trust you because all you
Oh,
do all
man,
day is
it's-
drive and listen to music, right? So
It's speaker breaking. You just keep turning it up until the stereo won't be able to handle it anymore.
if there's anyone who plays loud music, it is definitely you.
Yeah.
I remember
So
those days.
one of the
in
most famous
in
songs
SS.
for Jay-Z
Pardon me. Sorry,
that he's known for,
yeah.
right,
Yeah.
has been.
Good
This
old
is
Coda.
again another one of those things that you don't see it until you see it, and you
There you go.
realize that you've probably used it 100 times,
Wow, another pun.
right?
Jay-Z
But
pun?
it,
Is that what you're saying?
it
You
just
tell me
happens,
you're gonna...
and the marketing people add to for Coles.
Oh,
Coles.
Coles.
Yeah. So
What have they done?
even Jay-Z
No.
had 99 problems with the coffee ain't one. Go.
Oh, good old Hover. Hover. I got 99
And
problems.
that's
But
Big Yum, the Coles
my
brand.
coffee ain't one. That's brilliant.
I've got 99 problems, but my coffee ain't one.
See? Love it.
That,
And he's
my
a father.
friend,
Jay-Z's a father
he's
now.
a father.
He gets it. He would appreciate that 100%.
All the way for our main supermarket on the other side of the world.
Yeah, that's right.
Thinking I'm making that work. I've got 99 problems, but the coffee ain't one.
That's right.
So
Too true.
great.
It's awesome. And good props.
That's a good part.
You've taken it up a level. There's no pictures anymore you put up on your screen. It's props. Props to you. Yes. Well done.
So we've made statements for vegetarians in the past, but
yeah,
this is not to, we're not giving the vegetarians
not a hard
time.
We were just confused. It's a fairly... I think our argument has some sort of merit. It just didn't make any sense. Why you want to eat something made out of vegetables that looks like meat? It just doesn't make any sense.
That's right.
Okay.
And apparently you can make a business out of that.
Mate, people have.
So if you're vegetarian,
yep,
and you still have a hankering for a kebab.
For a bab. Oh.
For a kebab.
Yes.
Right?
What can you get?
And you think to yourself, let me just work out what type of a place I can run.
What is it, a vegan halal snack pack or something?
What would you call it except kebabs? I can't write this stuff. Sydney Road.
Kebabs.
Sydney Road in Brunswick. You don't have to go to Queensland for puns. Sydney Road in Brunswick. Vegan kebab shop.
Look at that.
Kebabs. So there, Sydney
The
Road
VAT.
in Brunswick.
The VAT representing the vegan.
Vegan.
Wow. Kebabs. Love it. They must use things like eggplant and stuff like
all
that.
I needed was the tag right above the sign to have said something funny.
Oh,
like,
man, if that had been...
This is rubbish or
I
something.
don't know. You plant them, we bake them.
A kebab.
The kebabs.
A kebab, man.
Jeez. Hey, look, hey, why should they miss out? Why should they miss out? You know?
So you like playing cards?
Uno? I
You
probably
like
don't
playing
constitute
cards?
as cards, but...
You like going to the barber?
Oh, it's been a while since I've been to the barber, but
I know.
Definitely, it's definitely a place where men do frequent more and often. You know, beard trims and stuff like that.
Well,
what have we got here? The mixture of the two.
We're still on Sydney Road in Brunswick.
Oh,
and I did actually go to this place. One night. I finished work late, and I was on the way to meet my Shakira at a friend's place, and it was already after 8:00.
Oh wow!
On a Friday, so I'm thinking I really wanted to get a haircut, but I didn't have time. So this was the only place open.
This is the only place open,
and the name never clicked
until
until I saw it again another day.
What is it?
So you like playing cards. You like a barber.
Yes.
You could go to Ace of Fades. Also, if you like Swedish soft rock bands.
Really? Is that what they play?
Which is
with
Ace of Base.
Ace of Base. Oh, that's right. Ace of Base. Of course. See, I told you. You know.
So Ace of Fades. I have actually been there.
Ace of Fades. Clever.
Yep.
It is clever.
Road, Brunswick.
That is great.
It is clever. It is clever.
See?
It is clever.
There is no end to the ability of the pun. There isn't. There's no end.
All the punnage.
There's infinity punnage. There really is.
I got a few this week, and like
a
few hours ago, I had nothing.
Really?
Now I've got something.
Go. Bang. Just like that. Just like that.
Oh. Enjoy seafood? Like a lobster roll?
I've never tried one. That sounds good. Is that like a Tootsie Roll?
But you know the existence.
Tootsie Roll. Is it like that? No, not like that.
No. A lobster roll or crab roll.
Hang on. Is this real crab or is it made with pork?
That's a calamari.
Oh, sorry. I was close.
So when they run out of the calamari, like, it's more of a chance for them to run out of the pork than run out of calamari. But
righto.
Anyway,
I still can't get over that when I think about it.
Yeah, it's one of those. That man is just something like any other human being. Steve
is unique.
Yeah, Steve will also say the same. So,
yeah.
Could you make a business out of selling lobster rolls?
Why couldn't you? Yeah.
Why couldn't you say?
Yeah.
So
what would you call it?
Why would you call it?
It's going to be something obvious. Go. Go. It's going to be something obvious. Pinch me?
Pinchies. Pinchies.
Pinchies lobster rolls. That's clever. See? Pinchies.
And this is another thing. The van was driving next to me, and it didn't really, didn't shout out at you.
And then the universe spoke to you.
Yeah, it kept driving around me. I'm looking at the picture on the side of the van. And then it's Pinchies.
Even the number plate. The number plate they've got it. It's gold.
So on the side of the van, it's got like the roll, which you can't see because I've got to move out the way.
Bottom. Yeah, it's down the bottom there.
See the
lobster. That's great.
Pinchies made by the sea.
That looks nice.
I didn't think you could actually make, a business out of it. Obviously,
sometimes I look at some businesses and I go, "How are you surviving?" But
he's got the van going. He's got the number plate. He's gone the full way.
Yeah, but he'll probably make them all, put in the van, do his rounds, do drop-offs. People have a Pinchies.
So
Pinchy and a Palmer.
You want more puns?
If you've got more puns, if you want a couple more,
I think everyone's liking all the puns. Everyone's liking all the puns.
No, get the puns because we'll get to the serious stuff. I don't know what we're talking about yet, but I'm sure you'll let us know. Well, there goes the phone. Go on.
I went past this one myself again.
Yeah.
I just thought it was weird because I don't understand how you can make such a claim. But they've made a business out of it and they've been there for quite some time. It just seemed odd, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're in Melbourne and again, hairdressers.
Oh,
you need a haircut, where would you go?
Not in Kensington, are we?
Do you really want to name? It's not far from there. So you really want to
Okay,
name that kind of makes your horizon so broad that it makes Melbourne
Well, you
the
cast the net,
center
right?
of the whole southern hemisphere, because you can go to Haircuts Australasia. I don't get it. What kind of claim are we making here?
Is that serious the name of the business?
That's seriously the name of it. You can see my car in the reflection.
Oh, there you go. There it is.
I'm
Yeah, I
taking a
can see
photo.
the back of the.
That
can see
is
the back of the
seriously
Rex.
Haircuts but they even have it the opposite way. So on the top, it's Haircuts Australasia.
And then
In the window, it's Australasia Haircuts, which is enigmatic in the saying anyway, because it's incorrect.
I know, but it's great.
Who's helping them with the grammar? Australasia Haircuts. Well, I suppose it's not. But
Australasia.
I just saw it and I thought,
no, it's like a holding
what's
company.
happened here?
It's someone's.
It doesn't seem like a name for a hairdresser. Australasia.
Australasia. It's different.
It's the collective noun for Asia and Australia.
Yeah.
Right?
Could have said Oceania Haircuts. I don't know.
So anything south of the equator,
That's
haircuts
right.
would have been.
That's an
I just
interesting
found
one.
it. Yeah, just
That is
interesting.
interesting.
One. I don't know.
It's just bizarre. But hey, you can name your business
Australasia
anything.
Haircuts.
That's you can name it anything. Australasia Haircuts. Wow.
All right, I'll save more in the tank for later. But
yeah.
I'm just going to throw this one in anyway because I found it hilarious.
Go.
So, feel like some coffee?
Always.
You know, you may be
You know what they say.
a recovering addict
I got 99
of
problems.
something else. I love that one. That's great.
Great.
You may be a recovering addict of something else. So you are combining an addiction for coffee and some sort of an addiction for substance abuse. You could go for jacked up coffee.
Jacked up. Yeah, buddy.
So they're not hiding. They're not shying away from anything.
No. Special cookies in those windows. I'll tell you right now. Jacked up coffee.
It's jacked up coffee. That's straight up.
Jack up. That's where you want to go. I reckon that looks like a good place where you could get good coffee too. I reckon they have like special blends.
Of course,
on the
because
grind.
it's jacked up.
Jacked up, and it's like
I'm sure when you walk in, they go, "Hello."
You're a coffee connoisseur. You should jump in. You get to drive around.
Yeah, man. But
jump in there and check it out.
But sometimes it doesn't work for you. It's pretty hard when you come down. So you have to manage.
That's true.
Manage your coffee.
That's true. That's very, very
pretty
true.
harsh when you come down. Anyway, two dads.
Yep.
We've done the puns.
Yep.
Enjoy. I always think to myself that I've reached the end of the line. Like
mate,
I don't have anything, and then somehow it happens.
Mate, we're 20 episodes in, barring the first episode.
I've not repeated any.
We haven't repeated any. There's been no repeats, and there's been puns for at least 19 episodes.
And a fair amount is freelance.
Absolutely, the stuff you're just driving around and finding it. So it's all out there. It's all out there. 100%.
So, if you were a psychic,
yes.
If you were a psychic,
yes,
and you were morbidly obese,
yes,
what would you be called?
Oh my god!
I'll say it again. If you were a psychic, and you were morbidly obese, what would you be called?
See, because you're repeating it. There's a clue in all of that, and it's obvious, and I can't pick it. What would you be called? He's already laughing.
A fortune teller.
I told you. See?
And the kombucha can get open now.
fortune. I knew there was a clue in that because you repeat it. I know you. When you repeat it, you're trying to help, but it's not helping at all. But you're trying to help. A fortune teller.
A morbidly obese psychic is called a fortune teller.
That is such a dad joke, mate. I could hear it in the background. Oh, Dad. All right. We'll save some more.
We have arrived. Yep. We have arrived at episode
the serious part.
20.
At the serious
part.
We get our pens.
Episode 20, the Two Dads podcast.
We write a love letter to whom?
We write a love letter to What's About Russia?
Oh, what's about Russia? Wow.
Very obvious this week.
As long as I don't get...
Stop.
We could get hacked.
Putting your hands in the Ukraine.
All jokes aside, it's bad. It is really bad. I think everyone's just in shock at the moment that he had the... Let's just say what it is. He had the cojones to just go, you know what? I'm doing this. Yeah, I'm doing this no matter what.
That's the look on his face, isn't it?
That's his agenda. He's got an agenda.
We poked the bear, my friends. We poked.
He must have listened to the podcast. He goes, "I did your lesson, comrade."
What kind of two dads? Oh, it's time to brush up on your Russian accent.
It is full. It's full scale war. Let's be honest. He's declared war.
We poked the bear.
Don't poke the bear. We did.
Don't poke the bear. This is what we did.
Jeez.
And thankfully for the Amy's headset, that now when I do my
you
can still hear me fine because I take the microphone with me.
That's right. But as for Putin,
well, all jokes aside,
it's
really turned into something.
I mean, it's by all reports, it's not just one part of the Ukraine. There's been explosions and attacks in all parts of the.
He's gone right up the center. He's gone right up the center. Sleepy Joe's.
What are NATO doing?
Talking sanctions, but sanctions.
He's got money, the dude. It's not gonna.
It's not going to hurt. I mean, I don't think the Russian people have ever had to stand in line for bread or eat food that's without flavor.
No, that's right.
It's something that
financially they're not a problem. Financially, they're
no.
I mean, they've taken a hit. I mean, all the world markets are taking a hit because of all this. But I guess my
our
question
fuel
is,
prices will go up.
That he wants? What is it that he wants?
He wants the former Soviet Union. This is what he wants.
What Gorby lost, he wants to get it back.
He's always seen it as a huge embarrassment, a huge loss for the power, the prestige.
Is he checked the map lately of how big
Soviet Union,
Russia,
the USSR,
like the current Russia, right? It's big.
Yeah,
it's a big. All right, it's really big. See, Kazakhstan and Turkmenistan, they're all still
Uzbek.
Are they still just states of Russia, or are they?
Well, they are. For the government is, and I'm making an understatement, extremely sympathetic to Russia. So
right. So basically, the Russians put the
Ukraine at this point is the only state on this map that you can all see that is actually independent and democratic.
Because he's going for all reports are saying that he's going for the capital, Kiev, and the only reason why he'd be going for the capital is to overthrow a government. Exactly what happened in Afghanistan. It's the only reason why, right? So that's what he wants. He ousts them, puts in his own, and away you go.
Yeah, because 8 years ago, when they took over the little landmass down the bottom where you see the word Ukraine, there's a little acorn
Crimea?
down the bottom.
Is that Crimea?
That's So that's the province, the former part of the Ukraine that seceded to Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Belarus up the top.
Yeah, Lithuania, Latvia,
Yep.
Estonia.
So
at the top.
Belarus, 100%. 100% for Russia.
Mm-hmm.
So again, obviously we don't want to repeat everything we said last week, but this is unfortunately a whirlwind of an event. This is the biggest movement of troops since World War II that Europe has ever seen.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
The Russians have the largest army in Europe.
Yeah, they do.
And I was just seeing the feed right before we started. They've moved in to Chernobyl.
Yes, they've taken over the old
a part of the Ukraine. Yeah,
taken over the old nuclear power plant.
Yeah,
I don't know. Well, it's clearly a strategic thing because there's nothing there, right? So,
well, a lot of people actually moved there a few years ago, even though there's still a significant amount of
really.
Yeah, they go, no, don't worry, comrade, it is fine. Let's grow the veggies, the fruits.
Well,
make some cows. It's okay.
Yeah, it's.
Why is your fridge light on? No, it's what's inside. There's no light. It's easy to find the cheese.
Everything just glows.
I don't know.
But that's the only reason why.
Effective accent for Russian. I don't know. But...
It's a bit It's a bit borderline Borat, but you're doing good. You're doing really good. That's the only thing, right? Because
I excite.
I was racking my when the news came out and it happened that the invasion was on. I was thinking, well, I don't believe there's any real resources that Ukraine can offer that Russia need. There's no financial.
Fully strategic. It's fully strategic.
It's just going back to when the USSR broke up, fell apart back in the late mid-90s. I think it was.
I think it's the late
something
90s.
Like that. I can't remember if it was
mid,
it was still mid or not.
Yeah, it was all for Gorbachev.
Yeah.
And remember he was dead.
Yes.
With all the vodka. Gorbachev.
So
lost everything.
That's all it is. It's
lost
just
control.
to get that back. It's a lot of attention just to get that back. That he's
and believe me, our friends from the East, Xi Jinping.
Oh,
he's thinking,
if he can do it.
What's going to happen when I just move in to Taiwan? The West is going to do nothing. Sanctions? Sanctions.
No, sanctions aren't going to hurt them. Sanctions aren't going to hurt them at all.
Excuse me, Mr. Ping. There's another statement from that Scott Morrison person.
Oh. Tell Scotty from
He's
marketing.
very upset.
Well,
the fool made a statement. Our fool of a prime minister made a press conference from Sydney, of all places, at a radio station rather than in front of Parliament. But he shouldn't have said anything anyway.
Correct.
Because Australia's part is like if Australia is on for the bus with all the other countries, we are the idiot that's sleeping at the back. So there's no chance for Australia to have a.
We're not doing it now. Maybe some
constructive part.
Well, if anything, we can. I think we're providing aid, and we should.
And non-lethal supplies is what he said.
Yeah, it's just which is
his
food and
here's a Vegemite sandwich.
Yeah, it'd be food supplies, and that's what it should be to help people. Blankets, clothing.
But he shouldn't have made a statement like that. And plus, he's trying to rope in the Chinese as well. He's blaming the Chinese for not denouncing which so haven't you learnt? Haven't you learnt?
Don't piss them off anymore.
Just
than you
say,
have.
I agree with Joe, and that's it. I agree with Joe.
That's all you have to say. You don't have to say more than that, right? You just stand by Biden. Because Boris Johnson came out and made a statement, so did Biden. So ScoMo goes, I better jump in.
Yeah, but England have skin in the game.
Yeah, I know. I know they do. Yes.
And the Americans have skin in the game. They got 5,000 troops over there. There's something like for 90,000 Americans in the region. fair enough.
They haven't moved on any, like even NATO, there's been no movement.
No, there's not going to be any for military involvement because they know that's now starting to start the World War III fire, which nobody needs.
Well, then what happened? So this ends with Ukraine being taken over by Russia. That's how it ends.
Zelensky, there's nothing wrong with the guy, but he's a bit of a Stephen Bradbury.
Yeah.
You may have to explain the reference for Stephen Bradbury.
Well, Stephen Bradbury is an Olympic speed skating gold medalist who was coming dead last with, I don't know, 50 meters to go or something like that, and won the gold medal because everyone tripped over themselves and he just was at the back and he just sailed on through.
He was the only one staying up.
He was the only one standing up, so they gave him the gold medal.
So
as we
Zelensky,
to use Australian vernacular, he asked. He asked the gold medal, but hey,
and not with a K.
No, that's all right. Not asked.
So Zelensky was a comedian.
Was he?
Yeah, he was a comedian.
This is the Kevin
Thanks,
Hart.
Natalie. Shout out for Natalie. That was a little piece of information. I didn't know that either. He was a comedian.
He was a comedian.
And when they had
voted a comedian.
Yeah, when they had the election, he was actually shocked that he was up. This is the thing. So
this is the skit from this is the skit from Eddie Murphy Delirious. I just voted for Jesse Jackson.
Jesse Jackson. He won?
He won? Anyway, sorry folks, we digress.
So the guy is not a statesman as such, but
he wouldn't have a clue what he was doing.
The Ukrainian people are very proud and very patriotic for their country, even so much so that high schools earlier in the week, obviously now they got to do it, but high schools were inviting all the parents in and showing them how to use a gun.
Wow.
And they changed the law to allow all citizens to be armed because they're actually recruiting all citizens. If you're able enough, arm yourself, and they're showing them how to use guns to protect their homes and protect their families. Yeah. So this is, I doubt you'd see this at very many other
just think about that for a second. Just think about that scenario for a minute. That is just frightening to know that that's happening in our modern world today.
Yeah.
In the day of where you can buy a car that you can call it with your phone to come pick you up. I'm just trying to put some perspective.
We've got for mums and dads with AK-47s.
Yeah. To protect
going
themselves.
Going to the kids' school and being shown how to use them.
And it just goes to show all it takes is one madman to honestly send us back. Yeah, it just sends us back, 100 years or however many years, back into a time
airports bombed.
Yeah,
they've bombed they've shot for missiles, and we're not even going into the whole MH-32, which is
that's right.
significant. You may need to give some people an explanation.
Well, that was going back to the airplane.
This is the 8 years ago. When Crimea.
When it was shot down out of the sky over Ukraine.
Yeah,
it kind of, just for the people on listening, is literally just a passenger airplane, just everyday people.
There was Australians on board.
Yeah, there was, and it was literally just shot out of the sky. And
my first thing which I ever asked is why, for commercial airliners, why would they route the plane over a war zone in the first place?
That's true. That is true. But then, I think you can tell the difference between a military plane and a passenger plane.
Yeah.
I think you can tell the difference. So there was just definitely something,
and they proved that the weaponry that brought the plane down
Yeah.
was Russian.
Yes, they did. It just goes to show this thing's been building up
Yeah.
for
8 years.
a decade at least. A decade.
14 to 8 years.
Yeah. And it's just decided how to take. Why now? To take action.
Yep.
He's decided to take action. I just don't know whether anything can be done to stop him, or to stop it. To be honest, without going full scale.
I don't think so. I mean, there's a few people asking, are they going to stop there? But I think he just needs to reassert his place. Again, the 20-foot table says it all.
Mm. Yeah.
He's got that small man syndrome.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've seen his face lately on all the photos. He looks like he's putting on some weight, if you pardon the pun.
Yeah. Putting on some weight.
Putting on some weight. Ukrainian me crazy.
There is no end. There is no end to puns, man. But hey, he's got it in his head. He's going to do it. And I think, unfortunately, he's prepared to take on the collateral damage that comes with it. And that's the part that's sad, because, we live in a modern world, and for people, those poor Ukrainians waking up, or not waking, they're living in a war zone at the moment.
Yeah.
In the space of 48 hours.
All armed in their houses.
Yeah.
They're putting, tape over the windows in case the explosion shatters the glass and all that.
They went from life to war zone in the space of overnight.
Mm. All people are fleeing eastwards.
Well, Poland, I think,
were
saying they were expecting, or at least preparing for, an influx of people to come across the border.
Yep.
As well. I think Romania is another border.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can hop up that.
Not mistaken, I'm pretty sure Romania in that eastern bloc also borders on Ukraine.
Pull the map up again, even though it's
Moldova,
what it used to look like. Moldova is kind of the side a bit up the top.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. There's
another one again. So
yes,
Moldova is
Moldova
east.
Down there.
And you got Estonia, Latvia.
Yeah. Well,
Lithuania, but they're all up more north.
It's
yeah. But it's just that Ukraine is just strategic for the battle against authoritarianism.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're the only state that's standing in the way.
On their own.
Well,
that's what they're going for. They're going to overthrow the government.
Yeah. Just to reinstall a puppet. Yeah, and then everything will be sweet.
Kind of like what we've got.
They'll stay out of the EU.
Kind of like what we've got, yeah.
No, you said install a puppet and not an idiot.
Not a muppet.
Not a muppet. It's a puppet and not a muppet.
Sorry.
That's what it is.
Sorry, my mistake.
I was listening to there was an interview on the BBC, not Facebook, the BBC with a Russian. I can't remember what he was, obviously a sympathizer for the Russians.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember from what kind of occupation he was in. Mm-hmm. And he was just saying to the interviewer, I'll try my best to do that thick Russian accent. He goes, "It's your fault. You, the EU, the Europeans, is your fault. We warned you many, many years about this. You keep poking the bear. You have poked the bear for the last time.
There you go.
Because you keep pushing the democratic agenda of the Europeans coming into Russia. Is your fault. The blood is on your hands. Putin is only trying to put to spread the peace through the Ukraine.
Trying to spread.
You don't see.
By blowing it up.
Your media doesn't show the streets of people with flowers for the troops, the Russian troops coming in the street, giving flowers. Yeah, this guy was just hanging it.
Oh my God.
And then they had an American on that
Wasn't from Fox News, was it?
no. And then the interviewer says to the American guy, he goes, "Okay, so if the US is not going to provide any military assistance, what kind of assistance will the Americans, involve themselves in this in the whole to help the Ukraine, to help the people of Ukraine?" And then the American guy, I had another one of those moments where my face was just in my hand, thinking, seriously? And then the American guy goes, "Oh, look, we'll do the same thing like in Afghanistan."
What? Bugger off.
where where during the Cold War we armed the Mujahideen against the Russians to provide an insurgency. Exactly that. Like,
how did that turn out?
That worked well. That was a lovely strategy from the CIA. Let's just arm all the rebels, and what they've changed the name to the Taliban.
That's right.
And we're just like, oh, well, that's it. There's no more internet. We have to go. So the Americans, the people, really for commentary are not helping.
No, I think
their whole way. They don't bring up any other. I mean, they may as well start talking about how well it worked in Vietnam.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's what they're going to. I think, like you said, the UK got the most skin in the game. They should take lead. They should take point on this with NATO.
Yeah, France.
I get what they're doing. Putting in sanctions to try and, I don't know. It's not going to do.
So, for Putin got an angry call last night from Emmanuel Macron.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He said it was a very frank phone call. So I don't know who's Frank in Russia, but
that's
Franco.
Frankolov.
So at least he's very forthright. But it's the Europeans that should be on the lead for all this.
Yeah, Biden just,
even as far as I'm concerned, the Americans should just really,
just
shut
provide
up
aid.
anyway, because
provide aid and support where they need, but that's it. I mean, they put sanctions in place, and they've got every right to. And that's fine. That supports the UK.
Yeah,
and I think we're doing the same, as in putting in financial sanctions. But outside of that, I mean, hey, not that you might care about this, but UEFA, the soccer league, they removed the final that was meant to be held in Russia. They've moved it to Paris as a result of all this as well. So I guess there's things that can be done, but at the end of the day, there's, people are, like you said, mums and dads are arming themselves. We've got to get to the point where we can protect these people.
In schools.
And kids, just life as we know. And look, all kudos to some of the Russian residents who've been protesting in the streets and have been, being detained by police, and God knows what they've been
and will find
into,
themselves
in a gulag somewhere.
Yeah, with a gulag, in a gulag with,
what's his name? Never something.
Novichok.
Hey.
Which is that poison. Yeah,
that guy.
Yeah.
So there are people that are protesting it.
And the other thing that I heard as well, this isn't enough, as well as the oil and energy, all the prices around the world now will spike, including here in Australia. Our fuel prices will start going up. It's because it's all on the world market. So I know it doesn't have anything really entangled with our supply chain, but
no, it'll just happen.
It's how globalization works. This is a problem for globalization.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah,
that's right.
It doesn't matter what happens in another country, it somehow has an effect. Now, the other thing I heard as well, that apparently the Ukraine and Russia provide 90% of a mineral that is used in electronic for chips.
Oh, no.
So we already have a crisis with the chips. So this is something that maybe a lot of people don't know, but
I didn't know
I've
that.
seen some photos of cars that are just in a holding yard where
just
they're stuck
can't do
from the
anything.
manufacturer, like they've
Yeah.
made the car, but they don't have
No guts to
enough
it.
of the electronic for all the little
That's not good.
What
is it? Part of the semiconductors?
computer brains.
Semiconductors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there's a mineral that apparently 90% of the world's supply
out of Ukraine
comes from Russia and Ukraine.
Oh, it's all he's got to do is just turn that tap off for a bit, or slow it down.
So this is
great.
It's not going to bode well.
And that's the thing, right? When you poke the bear with sanctions,
that's right.
You can sanction you right back.
Sanction you right back into the Stone Age is what's going to happen. So our hearts go out to the people in the Ukraine.
You know, and it does, because you probably find that you'll have people who are Russian citizens that have family in the Ukraine.
This is the other thing that's a problem as well, because it's akin to you robbing your sister's house.
Yeah.
Not going to.
It's unfathomable, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
And he's just on a power trip to prove that
he's been planning this for a long time. He's been planning this a long time.
It was always going to happen. It's been, 14 to 8 years in the making.
Yeah.
Since for Crimea, it was always going to happen.
Yeah.
And for Crimea, there was they just basically walked in and go, we are taking control.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Have the milkshake and outside.
That's what's happening.
Thank you.
So
that's what happened. And that's when the comedian was elected after that. So now the comedian is stuck with this massive no way back.
Nah.
To plead in with the rest of the world to do something more. And unfortunately, the rest of the world will not.
We won't engage. We won't engage.
Won't engage
because
for military.
If we engage with military force, it won't just stop. It won't be just turn around and walk away.
No,
he'll just reinforce troops.
It will be like a World War III scenario.
The whole Ukraine will just be a war zone.
Yep.
And we all know how long wars tend to last. Unfortunately, a bit of time. Unfortunately, so it is not a good situation.
We're not making light of it at all. This is
I think what we're seeing is a change. Unfortunately, we're witnessing something.
The biggest troop movement since World War II.
Yeah.
In Europe.
And that was 100 years.
This is a significant event.
World War One was back in the 39. I think it was.
Yeah.
Nearly in 100 years.
And World War II ended in 44, 45.
44, yeah, something like that. So in almost, 80 odd years, 90 years.
That means we haven't learned anything.
Well, again, if you look at the scenario, who's instigated it, what sort of headspace is that individual in? It's all about power.
I think the letter for common sense this week, episode 20 of the Two Deaths podcast, goes out to Vladimir.
Mr.
Putin.
There's other ways you can be remembered.
From an ethical standpoint,
there's other ways you could be remembered, not like this.
You've made your point. Pull everything right back, and why don't you actually do something honourable for a change?
Yeah, put Russia on the map for the right reasons. Put Russia on the map for the right reasons, not to remember it as some.
Because the families of the Russian armed forces, of all the soldiers as well, they don't need their loved ones to have to die for someone's ego trip. No.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
exactly right. I mean, they're the collateral damage that he's prepared to forego. Right.
But that guy that was on the BBC interview is you that did this. You, the Europeans.
It's always easy to blame someone else.
You don't listen. We told you.
Yeah.
The blood is on your hands.
Of course it is.
So,
Of course it is. So,
why?
let's lighten it up.
I ask you another question. Let's lighten it up because it's all doom and gloom.
Let's remove the map. It's unfortunate.
We're certainly not solving the world's problems.
No, but it's just sad. It's really sad, right? Because
it's for Groundhog
It's totally
Day.
not necessary.
Yeah.
That's the part that's sad. It is just totally unnecessary, other than to satiate one man's power trip. Simple, right? That's what
and
it is.
Every reason for him to hold on to the immense power that he already has, but just to keep on holding on.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
So, Philip.
Sadiq.
Why do nurses like red crayons?
Oh, what do nurses like red crayons?
Why do nurses like red crayons?
Red crayons. Yep, you repeated it, so the clue's in there, and I can't pick it up. Go. Why don't I like red crayons, Sadiq? Tell me.
Because sometimes they need to draw blood.
Bloody brilliant. That is so good. See? Simple yet effective.
like Selenia.
Selenia.
The pickle man. The Russian myth of the pickle man. Can you watch the video I sent you?
Oh, I started watching. I got to watch all of it. I started watching it and started laughing. It's hilarious.
We will put the link.
Yeah, I will. I'll include it.
To the Rick and Morty episode about
I'll include it.
Selenia.
Last week I included.
I imagine this is the end for Vladimir when Selenia finally finds him. So Selenia is a myth, a Russian myth about the pickle man that punishes wasteful young children who don't eat all their food. So the pickle crawls out of the soup at night and hurts them because they've been wasteful. It's not true, but it's not a
euphemism either.
It's not a euphemism. It's the pickle man, Selenia.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yep.
And the clip has got all the people that you imagine these are the people in the Kremlin.
Yes. It's
funny.
I will include it. This week I'll include. Last week I included the Kevin Hart and Snoop. I don't know how that went down. I found another one of Kevin Hart and Snoop. They were commentating on the equestrian. And Snoop likened the horse's gait and what they were doing, likened it to crip walking. It's crip walking. I'll include that as well because I watched that and I was killing myself. Like Snoop Dogg is hilarious.
Absolutely, and
he's great.
And when he combined the two of them, they just
so good.
Just bounce off each other. It's
so
funny.
Good. I didn't realize Snoop was that funny, but he is hilarious. He's got a good sense of humor. Anyway,
so as you know, I'm always out and about.
Always that drive.
Right,
I'm coming for that drive along, man. I'm coming. I want to do it.
I found this.
Oh, Fellini.
I don't know if it's.
What is that on the hood? I just noticed.
That's right. That's right, my friend.
Hell?
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
What is that?
I saw that in a car park.
Where's this? This is Is this the western suburbs? Is where you are, or
no? It's actually on your side. Moorabbin.
Oh, Moorabbin. Down in the. What is that? What is that? Is that a phoenix? Or some sort of bird?
So, but it's a lot of effort. For
really?
What? I don't understand it.
So, if you're not watching on YouTube, Sadiq's got a picture of a car because he's a massive car enthusiast, but he's also He's also very quick to
You should be able to
punish
tell
people.
me what kind of car that is, Philip.
To punish people. He's quick to punish people who do things to cars that they shouldn't do.
Yeah.
And this
It's a Holden Cruise.
It is a Holden Cruise. Doesn't look like
it's
if
all
that
fine.
wasn't on there.
If I leave my head in this position, you think, oh yeah, it's all right.
It looks
Fine.
nice, clean.
Black.
It's got the
Wheels.
little spoiler. Wheels look
Yeah,
nice.
it's okay.
Then you
No
move
worries.
your head and you see
Like what
swirl
the?
marks. It's like a swirl mark. Someone's actually got that done.
And that's not a
want
sticker.
this.
That's
That's been sprayed on.
properly
That's been
airbrushed.
done.
Yeah, that's properly airbrushed.
Yeah.
It's just why.
I think the way to fix that
It's
is
the
you got to wrap the
vehicular
car.
equivalent of a tramp stamp. is what that is. It seemed like the right idea at the time. Everyone else was
Time
doing
to
it.
wrap that car. Need to wrap it. Need to wrap that car in that
They need to unbolt the bonnet
and change the bond
and
wrap
just
the
go
car
find another one.
in that what's that wrap where it's that not the non-shiny
Matte.
the matte finish.
I hate the matte finish.
You hate it?
Really, I'm over it. You know
look good.
how many there are? Yeah, but it's overly
I
done
never see
now.
it. You see it because you're
What do
driving
you
around
mean?
all the time.
There's heaps of them.
Yeah, because you're driving around. I don't see any in my study, man. No, nothing drives past here.
Urban Arms Race.
Oh yeah,
Another update.
another
Always,
big car.
You know, this one is absolutely close to your heart. This is akin to the Schnitz and
Schnutzen.
yeah. This is the one you've been dreaming of.
Show me.
Finally drove past me.
Oh my goodness. What is
Hang
that?
on, let me try to move.
This-
Hey!
I'll see you in the NT.
Oh, it's Philip's favorite. He talks about this all the time.
I love it. That is
Marketing genius.
marketing genius. That should be
Full punnage.
If
It's so simple.
That marketing, you can't get more Australian than that.
And that's actually, it's not like fake. It is marketing
It is
from Northern Territory.
It's
yeah.
but see you
So the
in
gunner
NT.
is blessed by the gunner. This is
but it doesn't get more Australian than that.
yeah.
You take the inner out of it, and that's Australian.
See you in the NT.
See, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gold. That is awesome.
Oh,
That is awesome.
And that just
It shouldn't be where
Right
the bloody hell
past
are you. It shouldn't be where the bloody hell are you. It should be see you in the NT. That's what it should
Yep.
be.
so the Northern Territory is
That's brilliant.
Whoever's doing their marketing obviously
you are-
has no idea
If you're on
ScoMo exists.
If you're on Spotify, I can't explain it. Just come over to YouTube. Come over to our YouTube channel and check it out. It's great. It's a great piece of Aussie marketing. Proud of that. I am proud of that.
It's as Aussie as
Mm-hmm.
a Vegemite, as
Mhm.
Aussie as
Absolutely.
Tim Tams or
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
you know
Yeah,
as
yeah,
a
yeah.
stereotype.
Veggie on toast, Tim
The
Tams,
Sydney
shrimp
Harbour
on a
Bridge,
barbie.
whatever. This
Yeah.
is so Australian.
Yeah, as Aussie as thongs.
For the international viewers or for the listeners, just
Yeah.
it's a marketing campaign for one of our
And-
northern states,
And if,
which is the Northern
Yep.
Territory,
yep,
and it's an abbreviation that is CU in the NT.
yep. And yes,
And every Australian instantly laughs because
that
it's-
word that you can see
yeah,
is meant to be there on purpose.
yep.
That's the whole point. That is the point of that advertising slogan. Because if you were to complete that would be a term of endearment for someone to come on up and
Yeah.
visit the NT here in Australia.
I still believe Australia is the only place where
Oh yeah,
that word or phrase is actually a term of endearment.
it can
And
be used
I've-
as a term. Oh,
And I have been around many years ago where people were using that just
yeah.
instead of the word mate.
yeah, mate.
And no one gets upset. No one is offended by
It's a term of endearment. It could be used
Yep.
in the term of excitement, disappointment,
Yep.
all sorts of things. Our friends over in the US don't get it.
No,
They don't get it.
for them it's extremely offensive.
It's as bad as the N word, really. But let's not go down that rabbit hole. Great. Let's
But
move on.
I found another one that's also I was salivating very much. Thou shalt not
Oh, it's got the ladder you want.
cover. Yeah.
Look at that. Jeez, that looks like. Is this a
covered
SWAT vehicle?
my neighbour's Land Rover. This is what it is. He's got the ladder. He's got the side box. Can you see the side box?
That. Yeah. Oh wow, yes.
The racks, the snorkel.
Jeez.
All terrains.
My goodness.
It's
got the works. Look at that. It's all blacked out too. It's all tinted the windows.
140 grand of loveliness.
But look, he's all blacked out the windows. It's tinted
Yeah.
fully. That's insane.
Very nice. Urban Arms Race, people. It's real.
It's on.
Just when you're at the lights or you're driving through your neighborhood, just have a look at how many off-road able vehicles
that's right.
that are in very good condition because they never go anywhere.
They never go anywhere off-road. Case in
and
point.
roof tents are becoming huge. Everyone's getting roof tents.
I think roof tents because, I think the reason for that is because people are just going on a driving holiday at the moment.
Roof tents, and not only in 4-wheel drives.
No, just in normal cars.
Wagons.
Yeah. That way they can go camping.
Yeah, roof tents.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I found another one which was just this morning, which I very much like. It's a very cute little one. The Jimny.
Oh wow! Even that's got a
ladder as well.
Ladder. So are you building a portfolio in order to go to your Shakira and say, "See, I need one for my car."
He's got a ladder.
That's going to happen. I know it's going to happen.
Another image that's a little.
I know exactly what's going to happen. I
will move aside.
Just one day, the ladder's just going to appear on your car. That's what's going to happen, isn't it? Have you got
the ladder, the racks,
have you
all terrains.
Have you ordered it yet?
No. Unfortunately,
what's a ladder? What is the price for a ladder?
One.
No one makes it for your car. You have to get it.
But they have to make it specifically for the car, though. It's not. It can't just be. Yeah, because all the points where it actually screws into the car has to be.
See, this is
something that's already there.
Is this a point in time in your life where you regret not doing metal work at some point?
No, but it has to be something
engineered
that will match it.
And does it?
So
I'm sure if you go somewhere, you can get it made.
Yeah, but I don't want them to have holes in the car.
Oh yeah,
that's the whole point. It's got to fit. True. Yep. So
what if you made one?
Urban Arms Race.
What if you mocked one up, but you didn't really use it? It was just like like a bad spoiler.
It's supposed to stay on the car.
I'm not helping.
If you're wondering, I do have a stepladder that fits on the wheel.
Oh, there you go. I just step on the wheel
so that it goes over the wheel.
Yeah,
and then you just stand on it.
Okay, I just stand up on the wheel and use.
Well, this is instead of actually standing up on the wheel.
That's
even though you could, but it's a whole long. It's a whole long platform.
But it is. Urban Arms. I saw one of those G-Shock Mercedes. What are they called?
G-Wagons.
G-Wagons. I saw one of those on the road last Saturday actually, and I pointed it out to the Athena Real Estate. Like, I see that car's
worth 300,000.
That's what I said. That car is worth 300, 250, 300,000. She goes, it's a box with 4 wheels. Yeah, but it's got a Mercedes badge on it.
I'll let you watch the video and you'll see.
You could literally climb up. You could go over the retaining wall on the freeway. It goes vertical incline. You can do it. I've seen it.
It's nearly vertical. Anyway, as we get close to the end of the show.
Yeah.
I've got another pun.
Yeah.
I've got another pun.
Yeah.
This one, you're going to love it.
I love all of them. I want to see how we're going for time here. Oh.
It's a place for picture framing.
Farty frameworks.
Explain it.
So, for you, first off, thank you if you're listening to Spotify, but please come over to YouTube because you're missing out on some awesome graphics here. So we have got a picture framing store whose name is Arty Farty Frameworks. That's the best one. That is because things are, It's all arty farty.
It's so Australian.
That's great.
It's so Australian.
That's the best one yet. You're right. Where are we here, Sadiq? Where?
Sydney Road.
I just noticed the big white sign that says arty farty.
Arty farty. Another one on Sydney Road.
Sydney Road. Arty farty. I'm gonna have to remember this because they've probably got some really nice photos and picture frames.
AFF. That's the sign up top, the big one. AFF.
Yeah, I can see it in black.
Look how many times, yeah.
Got everywhere. Arty farty.
Picture framing. The phone number is 9383-6600.
Arty farty picture framing. Arty farty frameworks. I can't get enough of that. That is great. That is great. That's the best one you've put up so far. You would have absolutely wet yourself when you saw that.
And Shakira's looking at me like, why are you taking the photo? I go, don't worry. You'll understand later. So you don't understand how funny this is.
That's hilarious.
I understand.
As soon as you put it up, put it up, my eyes went straight to the arty farty.
Arty farty.
Oh, that's a good way to end the podcast. That's a brilliant way to end the podcast. Have we ended the podcast? You got another one for us.
So, what's brown and sticky?
Oh, I know this one. Is it a brown stick?
A stick.
That was close. Brown.
I'm sure you'll find one down at Arty Farty Frame.
I'll get it framed for my wall because I love that sort of arty farty stuff.
It'll be, hey, Matty. Matty, you got one of those for moaning leases thingies?
Moaning Lisa thingies.
I just need something arty farty for the dining room.
Oh man, that's the best. That's gonna make a comeback. That's gonna stick around for a while. Arty farty. That's so Australian. It's great.
Maybe we'll have to do a live cross from down there.
Oh yeah, we'll just take a table in our internet connection.
I'm sure.
We'll just.
I'm sure if you ask the people down at Arty Farty,
we could use.
What is brown and sticky?
We could maybe we should contact them and say, we've got white background in our podcast. Is there any arty farty stuff that we could buy?
I just wet myself when I saw that. It's so funny. Like,
oh, mate, it's good. It's the best. That is the best one you put up. That seriously is. Oh man.
On that
note, and 1 hour and 8 minutes in, we're still stuck to.
Again, I had to move the topic that I did actually have.
Oh, you did? Well, you had to.
That'll be done next week. I promise. Or else it'll stop being.
It's understandable. Yeah. Understandable, given
it'll stop being. Yeah.
It's all right. No problem. No problem.
So it's been moved to next week.
That's all right. Well, we'll be here next week. So just like every other week, we will be back. But for now, we can sign off and say thank you, everybody, for joining us. Appreciate the time. Thanks, Sadiq. Good discussion around what our world's living with at the moment. Hopefully it's very short-lived is what I hope for. And not just for us who are a world away, but particularly those who it's, at their doorstep. That's the scary part. Yeah. So, but
we're very fortunate to live in Australia. This is still the best place
it is in
the world.
It is. It really is. And sometimes we do,
even though we're run by fools, but this is
maybe hopefully
the best place in the world.
Hopefully we'll fix that in a couple of months. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway,
thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting us.
Yes,
please remind our
absolutely socials, please. Absolutely. Socials. So we're on Two Dads Podcast on YouTube. We're also on Two Dads Podcast on Spotify and Anchor. And if you want to contact us via email, it is twodads.pc@gmail.com. But all the information is always in our YouTube channel description and content information. I will definitely put the Solenia link, and I'll even put the one of the cripping horse. The cripping horse, according to Snoop Dogg, just for a bit of a laugh. So just to keep it nice and light. Otherwise,
make sure you don't waste food, or the pickle man will come and get you.
Pickle man will jump out, mate, and come and get you. Well, signing off. Until next time,
everyone.
folks.
Thank you. Until next week. Say hi to your mums for us.